Hello, and thanks for joining us today. I'm Mike Gers, National Account Manager for ADP. I'm happy to get you all together today to talk about our Soffit mount air handler. You were first introduced to the Soffit mount back at our national sales meeting in February. Following that time, at the beginning of June, pricing, specs, and ratings and compass all became available to you. Towards the end of June, you all received launch packs. These were customized folders for you to take out to distributors to be able to showcase the new product. You now have everything you need to be able to push the PSC Soffit mount out to our distributors and make a splash into the multifamily market. Today we're going to review the product features and benefits, as well as answer some of the great questions that have come in from all of you around the country. First thing we're going to talk about are the dimensions of the product. In our spec guide, we mentioned 3 outer dimensions for the product. The 1.5 ton being 37 inches, the 2 ton being 43 inches, and the 2.5 at 49 inches. Now these dimensions are looking at the further outermost section of the Soffit mount. These are the farthest out where it mounts into the top of the ceiling. Now similar to this, we also show coil dimensions. These are the dimensions where the trunk lines will fit up out into the main soffit. For the 1.5 ton, this is 30 inches. This is measured from duct flange to duct flange. For the 2 ton is 36 inches, and the 2.5 ton is 42 inches. Now in these 3 configurations of coil, the 1.5 ton, 2 ton, and 2.5 ton, there's one specific coil slab for each. The 1.5 ton is the 01C model, the 2 ton is the 03C model, and the 2.5 tons the 05C model. So for each partial tonnage, 1.5, 2, and 2.5, there's one single slab that works and that rates in that tonnage range. Now moving on from that, we'll talk about the metering devices. Product available in 3 different options for metering devices. The first is for an R22 or 410 piston. Now with that model, the access port is standard. You don't need to specify that like we do other coils or air handlers. If you're going to move to a TXV as a metering device, there's 2 options. The first is an R410A heat pump TXV. The second, if you're matching this up with a York product, and it is recommended, to look at a York bleed valve TXV in the heat pump as well. Now moving on from the metering device, this product is available in no heat as well in factory heat configurations. For the 1.5 ton product, we offer this in 3, 5, 6, and 8 kilowatts of heat. The 2 ton is 3, 5, 6, 8, and 10. And the 2.5 ton is 5, 6, 8, and 10. And what that means is with the 1.5 ton, the 10 kW is not available. And in the 2.5 ton, the 3 kW is not available. For the 2 ton model, all heat ranges are available. Another great question that's come in is about the pull disconnect. On heat factory installed models, the pull disconnect comes standard. There's no additional adder for that, and there's no additional specification that needs to be put in. Stripped wire connections are for no heat models only and are not available for factory installed heat. So let's talk a little bit more about the product. First thing you notice about the product that we spoke about is the welded aluminum drain pan. Now this is welded all the way up, as opposed to others in the field that use a lighter gauge material and that are folded up and spray coated. This has the full thick installation on it to prevent any sweating once it's installed. In addition, the full control box mirrors that of the S-Series wall mount air handler. These are less accessory parts to stock and no new wiring diagrams to have to learn out there in the field. This gives the multifamily product line, the S-Series and the Soffit mount, the same wiring diagrams and the same configurations, simplifying not only installation but troubleshooting and maintenance. 4 duct flanges come off the front of the product to be able to attach to the trunk lines inside of the soffit and stick out 1 inch for easy installation. In addition, just like the S-Series wall mount air handler, this system has a 1 second delay on with the blowers and a 45-second delay in the off. This allows the residual heat off the electric heaters to cool down after the unit's been turned to the off position. Another accessory that you should be aware of is the potential need for a heat pump relay kit. This is needed when the Soffit mount air handler is paired up with a heat pump condenser and when the thermostat that's used doesn't automatically cut off the first stage heating when the second stage heating is activated. Now your first stage heating is your heat pump, and this must be locked out when the second stage heat, your electric strip heaters, are called for. Most thermostats today do this automatically, but in cases where the thermostat is not changed out or the thermostat doesn't do that, you need the use of a heat pump relay kit to be installed in the control box to lock out that first stage heating when the electric heat strips are called for. Converting a no-heat soffit mount in the field to heat is very fast, very simple. The first thing you'll want to do is to remove the control panel top plate. Once this is removed, you'll remove the control panel top plate, exposing the motor wires. There's 4 wires connecting the motor to the control cabinet. You want to just go ahead and remove those. Next, you'll want to loosen the conduit clamp and remove it from the 4 wires. Once that's loose, you'll remove the conduit from the control panel housing. Next, there are 6 screws that hold the no-heat control panel to the body of the unit. 1 on each side and 2 on the top. Remove those. Now, your no-heat control cabinet assembly can be worked out of place. The field installed heat kits include the entire control panel assembly. This includes all wiring, transformers, capacitors, board, heat strips, top panel, pull disconnect that can just be easily installed back into the body of the unit in the field. The last accessory we're going to talk about today is the decorative panel. Now this panel installs on the underside of the soffit after the unit's been installed and provides a place to mount either a 20 by 20 or a 25 by 20 1-inch thick filter. On the ADP decorative panel, obround openings replace louvered openings for increased airflow for the unit. I hope you found this video series helpful, informative, and it gives you the information that you need to go out to your distributors, to your customers, and sell the Soffit mount air handler. With this, we're going to take a brief pause, and then we're going to open it up to any questions you may have. If you have a question with the Soffit mount, go ahead and use your chat box and type it in now. Thank you.